Welcome back to The Lead. I'm Shahan Ramkisoon. Now, bikers from the South African Female Riders Organization are taking a stand against women and child abuse. Last year, the bikers held a meeting at the Union Buildings. They handed over a memorandum to the presidency. 9 months later, they say nothing's changed. The group says the safety of women isn't being taken seriously. ETV News reporter Pule Lechwiti brings us the latest on this story. He joins us now live. So, Pule, what are the female bikers actually saying about the abuse against women and children?
Well, good afternoon, Shahan. And what the female bikers are saying is that something has to be done in terms of fighting women and children abuse in communities. But most importantly, like you've highlighted, is one point they're raising to say that they had a memorandum handed over to the presidency's office last year, stipulating a list of grievances as to what can be done in terms of not only alleviating the scourge against women and children abuse in society, but dealing with it swiftly according to the law. And they're saying that hasn't been something which has become a way forward for them because they haven't received a solid response from the president's office, and therefore they believe that if there isn't authorities talking to them in the correct direction, then they might be taking the law into their hands to make sure they do this themselves, which is quite scary as well. But most importantly, Shahan, is that what is the significance of having them today and rather talking to the female bikers is that they actually gathered in their numbers outside the house of Sanelisiwe Mfaba, which is a young female who was murdered last week, and they were outside the family's house to try and, be in solidarity and try to console them in terms of what has happened over the last couple of days.
As female bikers against abuse, we started this movement in 2019 following the scourge of female murders or women murders. Children have been murdered and abused, and we feel that clearly there is no political will to put an end to this femicide, and we are now saying we are willing to take up arms, to go into the streets and deal with those that are perpetrating violence against us, because clearly they want us to bury our children every day. What more must we do as a community to say, as a country, as citizens that are taxpayers, we contribute more to the GDP as females in this country than anyone else, but we are not given the protection, we are not even given the respect. So as female bikers of South Africa, we are saying enough is enough.
So do we know more about the suspect accused in this case?
Definitely. What we are told, especially by the family as well, is that this was the boyfriend allegedly behind the murder, and he appeared before the Roodepoort Magistrate Court yesterday, and he's expected to appear again on the 29th of June. But most importantly, what the society is saying is that something has to be done, because as much as we could be seeing protests, marches taking place against this particular illness in society, they believe, though, enough is enough. Like you've heard that female lady speaking there, saying that much more has to be done in terms of having authorities to tackle this heads on and ensuring that women and children are safe in communities, that they can walk in the dark whether going to a shop or going to work, and that much more laws are put in place to ensure that those who are found on the wrong side of the law, especially perpetrators, are dealt with.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. ETV News reporter Pule Lechwiti.